Hi everybody, it's Jackie Fernandes, an emotional and energy wellness coach, and today I'm going to talk to you about two of my favorite tools that I love to use when I'm doing emotional processing. Now let me just give you a little backstory here. I have used these tools since I was very young, and I didn't really know how to use them or what the difference even was between each of them. But I have found them both very extremely beneficial in helping me process and inform me on energy related to situations that I'm experiencing in life that I might seek guidance on. Now, I use these tools in addition to therapy with a therapist. So by no means am I saying that these tools should replace any therapy or mental or emotional or physical wellness that someone is seeking. I'm just saying for myself, these two tools have been extremely helpful in informing me on my own inner personal story as it relates to emotions and what I am experiencing in many situations in life. And so today I'm going to introduce you to these two tools and then kind of just give you a little quick start guide on how you can use these tools for your own personal inquiry and exploration as well, especially as we're trying to navigate the emotional space. And the two tools that I use are tarot cards and oracle cards. I think I get the most questions about these two things the most. I absolutely love them. And as I've said, I've used these for a very long time, beginning in my teens using these. And I didn't necessarily know what the difference was between the two or how to use them. They just were something that resonated with me. And since our life is filled with story, so aren't these cards. So let me give you a brief introduction into both to see how you can use these to improve and integrate into your own story as well. So first we'll start off with the tarot cards. And right here I'm holding the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck. It's the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot deck. And tarot cards have a whole history of themselves that I can go on into another video to talk about. But the basic premise of the tarot cards is tarot cards are a system. They are a system of 78 cards that are comprised in each and every deck. Most decks, all decks, this Rider-Waite is considered the original decks used to tell story or to inform story to people. Every single tarot deck that you see out there is built off of this deck. The meanings, the pictures, the story, everything relates to the same 78 card system that is included as part of a tarot deck. Now the tarot deck it has two major components in it. One is a major arcana, which is comprised of 22 cards. Be familiar with them. They go all the way from the Fool. It begins with the Fool and ends with the World. And basically these 22 cards are meant to inform us on our own spiritual journey, our own inner emotional journey. And basically these 22 cards have significance because they actually align with major events or times in life in which you, as an individual who is seeking enlightenment or consciousness or elevation and higher understanding, will experience at different points in life. And the Fool basically kicks it off as you, as the individual, a fool who is kind of curious about the journey, kind of want to see what's out there. So each of the 22 cards here in the major arcana actually align with major life events or life transitions that can happen to us. And when they show up in a reading indicates the area in which they are talking about in the reading. So again, it speaks about the spiritual journey that one goes on through different areas in life in which lessons are to be learned. And the reason why I love it so much is because, again, the major arcana is a story of the Fool looking for enlightenment as he navigates the many paths in life. Remember, everything in life is just meant to be a lesson. There is no good, there is no bad, there just is. And the only thing that really changes that is your interpretation of the message that you're trying to receive. So that's why I love this so much, because it's all about story. Now, after the 22 major arcana cards, we have 4 suits that actually come to place in the tarot as well. And each suit actually is represented by an element, by zodiac signs, by seasons, by duality, and by direction. And so each of the suits are also telling us a story related to specific aspects in life. So let me tell you what that means. So right here I have the suit of cups, and each suit starts with an ace and it will end with a king. So you'll go ace all the way up to the number 10, and then it will go page, knight, queen, king. And each of those cards, again, influences the story as it relates to the area or elements that play into that suit. For example, cups is associated with emotion, intuition, inner being, your inner authority, and cups is represented by water. Get it? Cups, water, emotion, intuition, the squishy stuff we kind of have trouble navigating inside. So each of the suits in the tarot, which we have cups, wands, which is represented by fire, pentacles, which is represented by earth, and swords, which is represented by air, also aligns with air, aligns with our logic, our ideas, our understanding, the mental processes. Pentacles aligns with nature, beauty, the material world, the possessions we try to bring forth in this life. Wands is represented by inner drive, fire, your willpower, your creativity, your personal power to be able to create. So do you see how the tarot and each of the suits associated with it can really give you some insight as you begin to learn to use them about the inner story that's going on within you as you navigate an experience. So that is my overview of tarot cards. And of course, this is just a high level overview because there is so much more to learn. And if you're interested in learning more, I'll tell you more about that at the end of this video. But just that basic understanding helps create the structure, the picture, the story that will begin to unfold as you begin to use these cards for yourself and trying to understand your own inner authority, your own intuition, and how it is, what is affecting you at this point in life based on this situation, this event, and what you might be experiencing, because oftentimes it's difficult to understand, identify, and explain exactly what is going on inside. To speak it, to putting your feelings out into the world can sometimes be very difficult. And these cards are a great way to help you process and begin to understand that information. And again, you don't need to have any kind of knowledge related to it. It's a story and it's personal to you. So basically it's what you feel and how you're interpreting the story on basic premises is all you really need to get started to gain a general understanding of how they can help you build the inner connection you're looking for your intuition and building up your own inner personal power and strength. The second tool I'm going to introduce you to today that I also love is oracle cards. Now, oracle cards are very different from tarot cards because they don't necessarily belong to any kind of system. They can be comprised of 30 cards, 33, 50, 100 cards. There's no set number to what can be included in an oracle deck. And the reason for that is because oracle decks are simply just reading the energy that is present around you and in the situation right now. They inform you on what it is, what is going on right now. That's why you can pull 1, 3, or 5 to give you more information around the situation and the energy that you may be experiencing or you may have yet to experience as it relates to that situation. So oracle cards, I typically say, are pretty much easier to begin with because you're not going to get mucked up in bending to any kind of system. You're not going to get so overwhelmed about just, oh, is this the right position or not? Oracle cards is simply just a means of informing you of kind of like what's going on in your world right now. What is happening around you that you might not be able to name or identify or even put words to. And what the cards kind of do is just say, simple, look at the picture. With all the cards, it's really just look at the picture. Tarot has a little bit more structure, but with oracle cards, it's really just look at the picture, look at the phrase. What are you feeling? What are you grabbing from the card? Now, for me, how I like to tell people is just look at the card and kind of daydream. What is it telling you? Think about your question. What is it telling you? What could it possibly mean? Like, this is number 6. And there's a fortune cookie and it looks like it's on a chess table. So it kind of could be like someone's trying to make a decision one way or the other and which direction should you go. And it kind of informs you. It says actually not for you, which is giving you guidance of maybe now is not the time to do it, even though you have fortune and there's a chessboard. It's basically which direction do you go, right? But then also look at the cards, look at the imagery, look at the colors, look at the pictures. See what all of that means to you in informing you of the energy that might be surrounding you in the situation. And these cards I love to use, both decks actually, tarot cards and oracle cards, but these cards I love to use as part of journal exercises because oftentimes when I'm struggling to try to put my name on or identify what it is I'm actually feeling, these cards help me, contemplate it and write it out and kind of create a bigger picture than actually what I'm mentally preparing for or mentally thinking about right now in my head. So I hope you like this mini introduction over 2 of the tools that I love using for emotional processing, Oracle and Tarot decks. If you do like this video, please click the subscribe button so you'll be notified every time I upload new content to this channel. And also drop some comments below. I'd love to know if this content resonates with you. It really has helped me a lot in my own emotional well-being, building my emotional intelligence, and being able to speak my truth in life. And my goal is to help everyone use these tools and others for their own personal development and building your intuition and inner authority. So if that's something of interest to you, drop some comments below. Like, hit subscribe, and share this video if you're so inclined to. And if you'd love to learn more about me, hop on over to my website at JackieMFernandez.com. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram. And until next time, here's to your well-being.